do with the oh no.
All
Kick it
right.
out.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sherry Placco, and I am here tonight with my really amazing friends, Michelle and Wendy, and they will be introducing themselves in a little bit. But we are here to talk to you about natural solutions from nature. So, we hear so much on the news right now, and it's frightening. No one knows which way to turn, but everything we need is really in nature. So it's about learning about how to use what is around us and learning what is in your home that may not be so good. And that's what we're going to share with you tonight. So I'm going to get started. My name is Sherry Placco, and I live in the Chicago area. And my job when we are actually in person is that I am a teacher. I teach third grade, and that's really what I love to do. I've been doing it for 30 years. And I am also passionate about Young Living essential oils. So a little bit of my backstory is that in 2015, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune out of the blue. No family history, no warning, just a full flare of rheumatoid arthritis. And I went from being a very energetic, happy teacher to someone that could barely move. By the end of the week, when my flare first hit, my husband was helping me dress. So it was like a huge shock to my system. I was put on a ton of medications, and, Big Pharma really wasn't my friend at that point. The medications weren't helping, and I started looking for something better. And I actually found a class very similar to the one that you're attending now virtually at my local library about essential oils. And I knew nothing about essential oils. I thought they were just things you put in a little thing to make your house smell nice. And what I learned in that class blew me away. And long story short is that I have been completely medication free since March of 2016. I take no medications for my autoimmune. I also have had debilitating asthma since the age of 2.5, and I haven't used an inhaler since March of 2016 either. There is no one miracle cure. It's a combination of learning about the things that were in my home that were harmful and replacing them with the things that are good for me, and overall changing the entire health and wellness of my home and my family. So that's what I'm excited to talk to you guys about tonight. So we are going to be talking about one particular set of products from Young Living, and that's our premium starter kit. So it comes in this really awesome little box like this. So I always like to show people before we start talking about it, because I have met so many people that are like, oh yeah, I bought one of those and I use the lavender, and yeah. So much more than lavender. So when you open up this box, you see this tray of oils, but there's this little tab down here. It's saying lift me up, because underneath there is more goodness in the bottom of this box. So there are actually 10 oils on this removable tray, 2 additional bottles of oils down here, 2 packets of the amazing antioxidant drink Ningxia Red that Michelle's going to talk to you about, and 2 roller top fitments that I'm going to show you how to use. So, essential oils are a little bit different if you just get them in a grocery store, and we're going to be talking about that tonight. But I always like to tell you that this is an amazing value, and that's why you want to stay and learn and hear about all of the things that come in this box. So you know why I got started, but why is it important to know what could be harming you? So here are a couple of things that I learned when I went to my first oil class that kind of scared me, because I didn't know. So it's a no judgment zone, but there's a couple of things that are probably in your house that you're using that you don't know are actually harmful for you. The first one, hand soap. How many of you wash your hands like 1,000 times a day right now, right? But if you go and look at the ingredient list on your soap, you might see sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS. It's what makes it foamy. Think of something else you use that foams up. I'm going to give you a hint. Your toothpaste. So sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS, was actually invented, and it's an industrial degreaser meant to get grease off of garage floors. Doesn't that toothpaste taste yummy now? Yeah. And the worst part about that is, besides that, is that it's a known endocrine and hormone health disruptor. So our bodies are meant to absorb things, and our bodies are meant to break them down. And Wendy is our amazing science person. So she's going to really get into that for you. I teach little kids to read. She teaches high school science. So wait till you hear Wendy. But basically, the easy version is that over time, our bodies are building up more toxins faster than our body is able to break them down. So currently, right now, 85% of people that are diagnosed with autoimmune are women. Women are exposed to so many more chemical-based products because of our skincare, maybe the makeup, the shampoo, and the hair products we're using, all of those things. So there has to be a correlation, right? I mean, how scary is that? The other big thing that's harmful for your home are your air fresheners or your candles. And guys, this was a big one for me because I was that girl. We have dogs. I didn't want my house to smell like a dog. So I had those little machines, that every 90 seconds it would poof out, the pine forest or the Hawaiian breeze smell, because that's what I wanted my house to smell like. But do you know that there is formaldehyde in those air fresheners? Formaldehyde. That's what is used to embalm bodies. It is a known cancer-causing agent. The FDA doesn't care. They allow that in those products. Ugh. Candles also. The problem with your candles is that, and it's not just what it's made out of. It's not like if you use beeswax or soy, it's better. It's that artificial fragrance. They're using chemical, synthetic-based fragrances. So your body, you're inhaling them. It's going to damage your lungs. It's just not a good thing. And there is a better way. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to get rid of the bad and replace it with things that are better for you. So are you ready? All right. So with essential oils, there are actually 3 ways that you can use them. And throughout the rest of this conversation, when we are talking about essential oils, we are only referring to Young Living essential oils because quality matters. And you will be hearing a lot about that tonight. But the first way that most people know about using essential oils is aromatically. That thing behind me. That's a diffuser. Some people call them humidifiers. It's, people don't know what they're called, but that's an essential oil diffuser. You just put water in there, a few drops of your essential oil, and now your house smells amazing. That's the way most of us know. But you can also put a drop in your hand, take a nice smell of it. A lot of people will wear jewelry like a diffuser necklace or a lava bead bracelet, and you can put a drop of it on there and just pick it up whenever you need that calming or that energy or whatever it is that you may need. So that's the easy button. That's what we all know. But you can also use them topically. Now, caution with topical use. I'm not going to say, go get your bottle and dump it on your skin, because there are many oils that are considered hot oils, which means it's going to feel warm to the touch when you put it on your skin. I'm always going to recommend that when you start, you use a carrier oil to help you dilute it. A carrier oil is a fatty oil like almond oil or grapeseed oil. And if you've got nothing else, olive oil works in a pinch. But I like to put them in roller bottles. So you can get cute little roller bottles like this on Amazon. You put 5 to 10 drops of essential oil in here. You fill the rest up with a carrier oil, and now you've got oils to go. So where do you put your oils? Well, if you're new and you may not love the smell of an oil, start with the bottom of your feet. Your feet have over 2,000 pores each, so you can roll your oils on the bottom of your feet. Your body is going to absorb the goodness from the oils, and you don't have to smell it. My other favorite place is I actually like to roll my oils on my spine because, your spine, so many of your internal organs are there. I feel I get the best kind of bang for my buck when I roll them on my spine every day. Because of everything that's going on right now, I use our Thieves essential oil every day on my spine. You'll hear more details about that, but just know Thieves is our big immune boosting oil. So that is on my spine every single day, even when I'm in my house by myself half the time. But I just know I am getting my immune system at its optimum. And then finally, the last way that I love to talk about, and when I first learned about essential oils, I was like, wait, what? It's actually internally. Now, again, only talking about Young Living essential oils, but you can use our oils internally. So you can put them in your water, you can put them in your coffee, your tea, put them in a smoothie, cook with them, bake with them. I love to put them in a capsule. So these are veggie caps. You can get them on Amazon, or Young Living sells their own. I don't take any over-the-counter medications any longer. I put oils in a capsule. I make a wellness capsule every day and pop it in. My husband called me Sherry Potter for the first year that I used essential oils, because he said all my little witchcraft and wizardry. He is now all in more than me. And when he makes his capsules every week, he will often make mine because he knows I'm busy and I'm kind of lazy. So he's very kind and will make my capsules for me as well. The reason that I love and trust Young Living for taking my oils internally is because, I don't know about you, but when I shop at the grocery store, I'm buying organic food, I'm buying my grass-fed meat. And when I'm buying something that's in a package, I'm looking for that non-GMO Project Verified label. I don't know about you, but do you guys look for that label when you're buying your products? Well, guess what? Young Living has that certification. All of our Vitality oils have the Project Verified non-GMO certified label. We have gone through all of that rigorous testing to earn that quality label. So just like when you want to know your farmer, you want to know you're getting good quality at the grocery store, well, Young Living is the same way with our essential oils. But I talked about grocery store, so I want to share one more thing with you. You can buy essential oils everywhere. I've seen them at Bed Bath & Beyond. You see them at the grocery stores. I've seen them at Best Buy. Like, what? Okay, that's an electronics store. What are they doing selling oils? Here's the thing. All oils are not created equal. If you look at those store-bought ones, or if you have some in your home, go look at the back of them. They are going to say aromatic use only. Remember when I was talking about those air fresheners I used to use? Yeah, to the FDA, as soon as something is labeled aromatic use only, they don't care. They allow formaldehyde to go into air fresheners. They are not going to be regulating these bottles of essential oils that say aromatic use only. So they are usually and mostly synthetic. It might say 100% therapeutic grade, but what does that mean, therapeutic grade? That's just, they can say that because it's saying it's only for air. It's only for you to put in that thing. You can't put it on your skin, and it will say, caution, do not apply to your skin. Okay, well, I'm eating and drinking mine, so I don't know, but quality matters. So do your research, know your farmer. If you have some bottles of store-bought, and this really works, I put one in the freezer. So a true essential oil will not freeze. So if you have a store-bought bottle of oil, if you put it in the freezer, and if it gets thick, chunky, or freezes solid, right in the garbage can, because that's telling you that there are synthetic chemicals in there. So I mentioned I make capsules. I don't make them every day because it's kind of a, it takes a little time. We make a week's worth at a time. Now, citrus oils will eat right through these veggie caps quickly. So we make a week or two at a time, and I put them in the freezer because true essential oils do not freeze. So I could run upstairs to my freezer right now and grab one of our capsules, and it's pure liquid sloshing around, and my husband made them a week ago. So you truly do get what you pay for. If you have any questions during this video, go ahead and put it in the chat because our other girls will help answer them. But now it's time for me to talk about some of these oils. So I want to show you this tray again. See all of these bottles up here on the top with the white label? Those are the ones that are labeled Vitality, which are safe for internal usage. So when you're new and you're like, okay, can I take this one internally, or do I just put this on my skin? The white bottles are for internal usage. So it'll say right on there, Vitality. But I'm going to see, I do have one, perfect. So this is Digize with the white label. It's labeled for internal usage. This is a big bottle of Digize. It's got a red label. If you had really good eyes or I had my glasses, I'd be able to read the little words on there, but it says for aromatic or topical use only. The solid colored labels will say aromatic and topical. This white label says Vitality for internal usage. But here's the magic. It's the same oil. We don't do anything special, secret, crazy to make this safe for internal usage. They are labeled this way for you to know as you're learning and for FDA purposes. Because we can't say you can use this internally, on your skin, and aromatically. That would be like saying you could eat your lotion, right? So they do this so that the FDA is aware that we are separating the products and the ways to use them. However, if I use a lot of DiGize, when I'm on social media, I might show this picture, but I'm buying the big bottle because I use a lot of it. Okay, same oil. So if you wanted to take some lemon internally and you only had our big bottle that looks like this, it would be okay. All right, so since I have this in my hand, I'm going to talk about this one first. This is DiGize. The name alone should help you figure out what that's for. DiGize, digestion. This was actually the very first oil I took internally. It wasn't pretty, I'm not gonna lie. So this oil, I was not a fan of when I first got my starter kit. And they say if you are repelled to the smell of an oil, you actually need it. And I didn't believe it. But when I first opened this bottle, I would actually gag. This is a blend that contains tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass, patchouli, and anise. I'm not a fan of anise. Like it just, the whole black licorice thing, I would open it and be like, ooh, yeah. So I was taking a medication that gave me a lot of gastrointestinal issues. And it was kind of like my last resort before they wanted to put me on one of the biologic medications. And I was like, I am not doing that. I can't do it. And the medication that I was on gave a lot of side effects. So I was like, oh, great. I'm going to have to try this smelly oil. So my husband helped me make our first capsule, which was a whole nother show in itself. But I started taking, I put 3 drops in a capsule and I did it for 3 days in a row. By like even the second day, I stopped having those issues. Within 20 minutes, if you ever overeat or you've got any kind of, indigestion thing going on, especially now, like if we're home, how many of you are like eating the stuff you know you don't need to eat, right? Just because it's there, like your kitchen's there, the cabinets are there. DiGize, again, during all of this time home, has become my best friend again. Many of my friends can put this right on their tongue or under their tongue. I'm still not that girl. I have this in my purse all the time, and I always have a little baggie of capsules. And I have been at restaurants and I will pull it right out and my husband will laugh at me because I'm like dripping it into a capsule and swallowing it. But it works. So this is amazing. The second one I want to talk about is Citrus Fresh. So this is another one that has that white label. But for me, I call this sunshine in a bottle. This is amazing to put in your water because it is a blend of a few citrus oils and spearmint. So this contains, I have to sneak a peek at my list here because I never remember. It's got orange, tangerine, grapefruit, mandarin, and spearmint. I love this in my diffuser, especially in the winter, like when everything is so glum, or even now if you're stuck in your house, if you're living in an area where there's not a lot going on. It's sunshine in a bottle to me. It's very uplifting. All of the citrus oils are very uplifting, great for emotional support, but it's also really great in your water. That spearmint is going to act as really great for your digestion. It actually can be like a little mini appetite suppressant. And all those citrus oils are very cleansing. So when you put it in your water, instead of putting like that lemon slice in there, you can add a drop of Citrus Fresh. Now, anytime you're adding oils to your water, I want to recommend that you use stainless or glass. Remember when I was talking about how my veggie caps, a citrus oil would eat right through that pretty quickly? The same goes for plastic water bottles. It's not going to eat a hole right through it. But that plastic is made out of petrochemicals. You don't want to be breaking down those plastics and drinking the things that you're trying to avoid by using essential oils. So get yourself a good stainless or glass bottle if you're going to be using your oils in water. All right, the next 2 that I'm going to talk about are the completely other side, not Vitality, but they both have this funky little cap on there. So they both have this childproof cap. So the first one I want to talk about is Panaway. Now, when I first got my kit, so I already told you I had rheumatoid arthritis. So everything hurt me all the time. And I didn't have my glasses on probably. I thought it was a spelling error because I thought it was called Pain-Away, because that's really what this is meant for. It's nature's Ben-Gay. So you won't sneak up on anybody when you use it, but it works within seconds. So the reason it has a childproof cap is because any of the Young Living products that contain wintergreen have a childproof cap, because wintergreen smells like candy. And if a young child were to get a hold of this and drink this whole bottle down, it would act as a blood thinner for them and it could be toxic. So any of our products with wintergreen has a childproof cap. So obviously this contains wintergreen, but it also has clove, helichrysum, and peppermint essential oils. Now, I love to talk about my mom for this oil because I love my mother. She had one knee replaced years ago and she's too German to replace the other. She's like, nope, I'm never doing that again. It was terrible. I'm not doing it. It's okay. I'll live with the pain. Guess who gets a bottle of this every month? This is her best friend. My mom is 77, gets around great, but loves her Panaway. Now, you could make your own roller to help stretch it out. So I already talked about that. You can buy these on Amazon. You could put 10 drops of Panaway in here, fill it up with almond oil or fractionated coconut oil, put your roller ball on, and just rub it wherever you need it. I've been using oils for a while and my mother has as well. So she doesn't even dilute it. She likes it neat or undiluted right out of the bottle. So it's great because Young Living gives you 2 of these roller top fitments in your starter kit. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to put it on there. So you actually use the lid of your bottle to get out this top. So you're just going to kind of, probably a little harder with my childproof cap here. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to give me, make me look like I'm a storyteller here. There we go. You use it because I don't ever use my fingers to touch these. You use the lid to help you pop it off. You put the roller top fitment right in here and it didn't fit all the way. Just push it down as far as you can. And then you use the lid that comes with it. Screw it down. You'll actually hear it click into place. And now you have Panaway to go. This is how I carry it in my purse. And once you start using some, if you don't have any extra around the house, if you know you're going to need more soon, then just fill it up with your carrier oil. You can take this off. My mom has never gotten a new roller top and she's been using, you know, Panaway for 2.5 years. She knows how to pop it off and put it on her new bottle. So super easy, and it's always with you then if you ever have any of those occasional aches or pains. And then the last one that I know as we go into the fall season and everything else starts going on is going to be this one. This is called Raven. So the way I remember this is Raven for respiratory. Okay, keep that in your mind. Raven for respiratory. So this is one of the big guns for whenever you got anything going on in here, right? So it's got the childproof cap, so you know it has wintergreen in it, but this also has Ravinsara, lemon, peppermint, and Eucalyptus radiata. I love this because it's not an overpowering smell, but it's so effective. If you have any like stuffiness or you're congested, this is amazing. So a couple of ways that you can use this. I love to do it as a chest rub. So, you know, maybe when you were younger, maybe your mom put that Vicks Vapo Rub on you. Okay, if you still have that in your house, go throw it away. Petrochemicals, people. You're just putting a bunch of petrochemicals on yourself. My mother used to like bathe me in it, I think. But I will put a drop or 2 of this in my hand, add a little bit of a carrier oil into my hand, and I just rub it on my chest. You can also add frankincense with that for like the balm for respiratory. This is also great in your diffuser. Like if you have a blend that's very relaxing for you to sleep at night, just add 1 or 2 drops of Raven in there at bedtime and you are going to wake up feeling clear, especially if you're one of those people that wakes up like really stuffy and congested. This is amazing to add into your diffuser for sleep. So I know this was a whole lot of information, but I hope you got it. And now I am going to kick it over to Michelle because she has so much more information to give us. So over to you.
everybody. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. So I'm going to first share with you a little bit about my story. We've been using Young Living oils in our house for about 5.5 years now. And I've always been one of those people that have, looked more into the natural alternatives, willing to try anything, because just medication in general does not always agree with me. Like I tend to have the side effects. They make me feel icky. So always look for more natural means. And around the time I was looking to get into oils, or just looking for something different, my kids were always getting sick. Like you want to talk ear infection, strep throat, all the gunk going around at school. They were always out. And I was having lots of trouble with allergies and developed asthma as an adult, which is triggered by my allergies. So that was lots of fun. And all the traditional things that you do for it in Western medicine were actually not working and making me worse because I think everything was just interacting with each other and I was having all these side effects. So I went to a class in person, kind of like what we're doing here, like Sherry said, that my neighbor Alyssa was having. And I learned about the oils and all that they could do to potentially help us. And I want to say, like she talked about, one of the big things I learned was getting stuff out of my house. So just getting rid of the candles because you guys, I had them. This is embarrassing to say almost, but they were like in every room of my house, either a candle or a plug-in because I wanted it to smell good, anything vanilla or sweet or all that fun stuff. So no judgment here at all. But once I learned all that was there, I had a choice to make. I could either continue doing that and impacting my health and that of my kids, or I can make a better choice. So I'm the kind of person I couldn't unlearn what I learned. So we chose to make a better choice. I threw all of it away and we started diffusing, and we just diffused all the time. We replaced, candles all over with diffusers all over. It's been fun. But what I noticed when we did that, even just diffusing the oils, my kids were not getting sick all the time anymore. I mean, knock on wood. I don't know. It was before we started using oils, the last time we had to go to the doctor for sick stuff. So we kind of changed our approach to health and wellness. Instead of being reactive and always running to the doctor every time something was wrong, we focused on, putting non-toxic products in our home and taking care of our bodies and focusing on wellness. And we're now, more proactive in our approach, which has been great for us and has actually saved us a ton of money. And my allergies have gotten better. My asthma is, like Sherry, I haven't used an inhaler in probably 5 years. So yay for that, because that stuff made me want to like jump out of my skin. So I was happy for any other alternative. So the biggest thing is ditch the toxins. That's like huge. And of course, when I was looking, I did my research and looked at all the oil companies to see what was going to fit best for me and my family. And of course, we chose Young Living. That's why we're here talking to you today about Young Living. But one of the reasons I chose Young Living was because we have a seed to sale guarantee. Nobody else has that. And so that was huge for me. So basically what that means is Young Living has total control. So from the ground, the soil that our oil, seeds are planted in, it's got to be pure. It's like virgin soil. There's nothing in there that's yucky that's going to get into the plant, which your oil comes from the plant. So that gets in your bottle of oil. So knowing your farmer and knowing where your oils come from, it's huge. So for me, that spoke volumes. Even this to the seeds that we plant, they are focused very much on sustainability. So they want to plant seeds that are sustainable and top quality. All of our farms have distilleries on the farm. So your plant material is not traveling from the farm across the country to be distilled somewhere, because when you do that, you actually can lose therapeutic properties that are inside each of the oils. And Young Living doesn't want that to happen because, after things get distilled, or actually when they're distilled, it has to be distilled at certain temperatures. It's low pressure. If it's citrus oils, those are actually cold pressed from the rind, but there's a whole science behind it, which is just amazing to me and fascinating. And then once it's distilled, it gets tested. So we have scientists that test our oils. It goes through rigorous testing in-house. And then once it passes all those tests, it gets tested by a third party. it's got to pass all of those tests before it ever makes it into one of these bottles to get shipped to your home. So for me, because I'm using this with my girls, I'm using it with my pets, it's got to be, the best, only the best for my family. So that is why we are with Young Living. And one thing that stood out like tremendously to me was that we can go and visit the farms. So they are super transparent and anybody can go. Like I've been to our Mona, Utah farm a few times now, and it's just amazing. Like I've sat in there and had conversations with the farmers, with the guys in the distillery. I've been able to help plant one of our, I think Melissa, we planted one year, I think clary sage another year, lavender another year. So it's been super fun just getting to get there and do that. So long story short, that's why we chose Young Living. That's why that is the only oil that will ever come into my house that I will diffuse, put on topically, or ingest with our Vitality line. So along with that, something else we have, we have oils, which are absolutely amazing. But next to oils, so after I got my kit, using my oils fabulously, I decided, let me try these little packets that are in my kit. My tip to you is when you get your box and you open it, stick them in your fridge right away, okay? Because you're going to want to drink this. It's so yummy. And don't wait like 6 months, I think, like I did before I started drinking this. Complete game changer. The oils, like toxins out, oils, huge game changer. This is your next big game changer. And why it's so good is because it's made with the Ninja Wolfberries. So it's got wolfberry puree in here, which comes from the Ningxia province in China. And when Gary Young found out about this specific berry, what he discovered was that this was like one of the main things that this culture ate. It was part of their diet. And they were living long, healthy, happy lives. So he brought it to us with this. And what's so great is that it's infused with some essential oils as well. So when you have oils infused into our supplements like this, and as well as a lot of our other Young Living supplements, it makes all the good nutrients that are in here more readily available in your body. So you're actually getting all those nutrients in your body. It's getting into your cells and it does some good. So we have been drinking this for about 5 years. We ran out once. It will not happen again if I have anything to do about it. So, but I just always pray my shipping comes on time. Or actually I try to have extra just because it is that good. We all drink it in my house. My pets even get it. So it's good for the whole family. So don't forget this. Stick them in the fridge and use them right away once you get your kit. And then next, I'm going to talk to you guys about 4 of my favorite oils in the kit, these right here. And I was just looking at them, what's so great about them is actually all 4 of these are amazing emotional oils. So that was something that was kind of a good side effect of using the oils, as well as, being healthier. But was that emotionally, I noticed I was more even keel. I wasn't getting as stressed out as easily as I used to. My anxiousness level was way down compared to what it was before. And these oils have a lot to do with that. So I firmly believe in using the oils to help with your emotions, because even just opening your bottle of oil, which I've been known to do, even sitting in my car at a red light, if I'm, stressed out about something or stressed out about traffic, I don't care about the weird looks, but just open it. Take a nice, slow, deep breath and breathe it in, and just repeat that like a few times, as often as you need. And what you're going to notice is, you're just going to relax immediately. And that's because when you smell these oils, when you smell something, it has a direct connection to the limbic center in your brain, which controls your emotions. So just smelling them and diffusing them has powerful, powerful impact. But the first one I have here is frankincense. So this oil to me is so super grounding. I like to take it and just rub it on my chest. Sometimes I'll put it on the back of my neck, but I have found that it's amazing when I'm feeling like just really frazzled and just, super anxious about things. It's one that will take me down. So I keep this one with me all the time. That for one of those reasons. The other reason, it's amazing for all things skin. So frankincense is one you want, especially if you have maturing skin. You're going to want to put this in your skin regimen, on your face, on your body. So you're getting that benefit that way also. So frankincense, your skin, your emotions, have it with you. Any little boo-boos too, we're happy to put this one on it. It's one I know, just grab and go. So frankincense is always in my bag with us. All right, the next I'm going to talk to is one of my favorites. And you guys that are getting kits now or have recently gotten kits are so super lucky that it's in the kit. It was originally in mine 5.5 years ago. And then we had a period of about, what, 1.5 years that it was out of stock. So that's another thing that spoke volumes to me. Yes, it's no fun when your favorite oil is out of stock. And remember how I talked about emotions? You know, just smelling the oil has that impact on your emotions. Well, I probably had about 5 drops left in this bottle when it went out of stock. And all I did was continue to smell that bottle until it came back in stock 1.5 years later. So the power of oils. But Valor is so amazing. And I'm going to read to you some of the oils that are in it. So this is a blend. It's made up of several different oils. It's got Northern Lights Black Spruce, amazing by itself. It's got camphor wood oil. It's got blue tansy, and it's got frankincense that we just talked about. So it's got all of those amazing oils in this one little bottle. So like the name says, Valor, it's also great to use when you need courage. So, you know, just put a little drop on the back of your neck. If you have diffuser jewelry, this is an oil that I love to wear on my like diffuser. I'm doing this because I usually have a necklace on your diffuser jewelry, your necklace or wherever, or earrings. You can have diffuser earrings. So anything leather, like lava beads, felt, you can put oils on them. So Valor is a good one for that. Another way that I like to use this oil is after I have a chiropractic adjustment. It has also been known as chiropractor in a bottle. So I get an adjustment, I apply my Valor on the back of my neck, and it does wonders. I feel like my adjustments tend to last longer whenever I do that. That's just, you know, my experience I've had with them. And it's great for anxiousness too for me. This was a big oil for me for anxiousness. I used to be one of those people. I was actually on 2 anxiety medications at one point in my life. And I can now say that thankfully I don't need that anymore. But Valor is a good one. All right, my next favorite is Peace and Calming. This one too, like Valor, it's a very beloved oil, and it was one that went out of stock for a long time as well. And it's because of the blue tansy that was in it. So this one also has blue tansy. It has patchouli, ylang ylang, orange, and tangerine. So it's got some really good oils. And this is another good one that's just for when things are just kind of chaotic and crazy and you need to just take it down a notch. You can diffuse this one. You can apply this one. I find it also is amazing if you have kids too that are just like bouncing off the walls, or if you yourself are bouncing off the wall. This is a good one to use to put in the diffuser. I personally like to use this one at nighttime, also sometimes to help with sleep. So if I'm having trouble just relaxing and unwinding in the evening to go to bed, I will put this one along with lavender and sometimes cedarwood in the diffuser together. And there's just something about that combination of those 3 that just knocks me out. Like it lets me relax enough and shut my brain off so I can go to sleep. So Peace and Calming is another good one to always have on hand. And I will share with you another non-traditional probably way to use it. If you have trouble with your ears when you fly, this is a great one to use. I used to use tangerine and then happened to fly one time and forgot my tangerine. And I use this one because it has tangerine in it. So what I do is I just rub it around the front, the back, and down my neck where things drain. And I can fly without any ear issues now. So just a little tip. Sorry. There's Pippi and Emmy. And the last one I'm going to talk to you about is Stress Away. So this oil really doesn't need me to really explain much because stress away. Who doesn't need some stress away in their lives, especially right now? I feel like it needs to just be crop dusted out of a big crop dusting plate all over the country. Stress Away is going to be one of your best friends. It smells like margarita on a bottle. I like to sniff this one and pretend I'm at the beach sometimes. It just smells so good. It's actually in my diffusers today, along with a few others that are not in the kit. So my favorite combo is Stress Away Bergamot. I have pine in there today and orange. If you have any of those, they smell great together. But even Stress Away by itself is so amazing. And one of the reasons is because it has copaiba, lime, cedarwood, actia, lavender, and vanilla. So this is a super great oil. I also like to diffuse it with peppermint, which also comes in your starter kit. It smells like a peppermint patty. So if you like those sweet smells, that's a good one to use too. This is another one that a lot of people like to put those roller tops on that Sherry was talking about. You just pop that top right on it and you can roll it on your wrist. I find a lot of my emotional ones I like to wear on my chest. You can put on your wrist as like perfume. Another good way to use it. So this is one to keep handy and always use. All right, I think that's all that I had to share about on these. So I'm going to pass it on to Wendy next, and she's going to share her stories with us.
Hi guys, yay! I'm so glad to see everybody here tonight. I'm super excited. Lauren is here. Lauren, wave hi. Lauren is in Guatemala, and she has been on my team.
Nice to meet everyone.
She has been on my team for a year, and we've never got to get in contact, touching here and there in emails, but we finally got in contact, and she's here. I'm so excited. So I'm so glad you could make it. Okay. Why am I here, you guys? Why am I into essential oils? Well, let me tell you a little bit of background. Sherry had kind of mentioned that in my day job, I'm a teacher. So during the year, I teach high school chemistry, and I also teach little kids, a little kid elementary science, all the way from kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade. So I do that in my spare time. And then in the summertime, I usually teach a marine biology class down at Seal Beach. And so I just came back from that today. It was awesome. So that's what I do. I love science. I'm a science total junkie. I geek out on it. So, and I love to share it with everybody. So let's have a science lesson. Okay. First off, why I got into oils. Like Sherry, I was sick in 2012. I was really sick. I looked fine on the outside, but I wasn't fine. I was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune diseases, and I did not agree with the doctors. I didn't agree with them. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want your medicine. I don't want what you have. Something's going on here, and I got to figure it out. So I'm so thankful to God for giving me that inquisitive spirit and mind that I was like, I'm going to figure out what the heck's going on with me. So I started looking and researching and joined every symposium that went on around the world for 2 years. And long story short, I found that there was a huge similarity. I thought I was the only one in a boat, and it turned out I was on a cruise ship with a bunch of women from the ages of 20 up to 65 or something, right? And we all were suffering from hormonal imbalances, gnarly ones, right? And just there's so many issues. I had a plethora of things wrong with me, and the doctors couldn't figure anything out other than say, you have these immune diseases. Again, I didn't agree. So I started looking at everything, and I started noticing that there were parabens, there were chemicals, there were formaldehyde, like Sherry had mentioned, in our it's in our hand soaps, it's in our shampoos, it's in our Febreze. I was a Febreze. I wasn't a plug-inner. I was a Febreze, and I had a dog, and I was like, I want to smell like Hawaiian sunshine, right? Okay, so I sprayed everything, totally killed my dog. I'm sure of it. Okay, she died, has since died, but I'm sure I had some hand in that. Okay, because I Febrezed the woogies out of that dog. Okay, it's in our toothpaste, it's in everything. It's in our makeup, it's in our lotions, it's in the things that we're eating and drinking. There's so much crap in the things that we have, you guys, around us. And it's crazy how there's no guidance, there's nothing. There's no regulation whatsoever on what they put into the products that we buy. Okay. And when they do any research on any of the chemicals, let me tell you, it's a one-time application only. And they don't think about how many times we wash our hands in a day. They don't think about our skin being our biggest organ. They don't think about us using hot water or warm water when we wash our hands, hence opening the pores on our hands and facilitating the entrance of those chemicals into our bodies. Okay. So check it out. Our skin, everything that touches our skin has 26 seconds to enter it enters our blood system, or our bloodstream, excuse me, through our skin. Okay. 26 seconds. Okay. So if you're using toxic, bad chemicals, you have 26 seconds to get that crap off you. Okay. If you're using good stuff, you're like, ooh, 26 seconds and I'm going to be blessed. Right. So it depends on where you stand. Right. But it depends on, so Sherry was mentioning our feet, right? Our feet have over 2,000 pores in them. And so whatever you're using to clean your floors with, I hope you like it because it's going into you. You know, we got to be super diligent about what we're doing and putting on our bodies. Because like how Sherry was saying, for me, when I cleared all the crud out of my house, my immune diseases went away. I have nothing anymore. Zero, you guys. I have nothing. And had I gone and taken all those medicines that the doctors wanted me to take, I would be some sluggish, like, I don't know, slug on a couch right now, feeling like poo and, you know, wishing I felt better. You know what I mean? So welcome to oils, right? We're going to learn about all kinds of health and how these things can help us, you guys. They can help in so many different ways. So, you know, Karen or Michelle is just saying on here about our pets. Our pets are so important. There's a few of you on here that have pets and you guys, they're your children and you guys love them. It is so important that we use we're using Young Living oils because those will not hurt your pets. You guys saw that snake here earlier. I'm not a snake fan. Okay. That's why I was like, well, get that away from me. I let my people have them, but keep them away from me. Okay. So snakes can actually benefit from oils as well. So we did a lot of research before where we placed our snake in our house because we have diffusers in every room to keep us well and healthy. So I'm telling you, use them on your pets. They're going to thank you for it. And Michelle, we ditto that. When my dog is not feeling up to herself, I totally give her Ningxia Red in her water. And she drinks it up and she's a happy camper. So just saying. Okay, well, I told you guys why I got into oils because I wasn't well and I got all the toxic stuff out of my house, but then we were kind of left with like, what are we going to clean with? We had baking soda and vinegar and my husband hates the smell of vinegar. He's like, look, we're not pickling our house, okay? So I had to do something to change that. And so that's where I was led into using oils. Again, I had tried a few different ones, 2 brands, and I was not sold on any of them. I didn't think they worked, you know, because I wasn't using the right ones until I got Young Living. And I just absolutely adore Young Living. Just a side note, you guys, I do this as a job now, teaching classes, as does Sherry and Michelle. Mind you, we all have full-time jobs during the year, but these made such a difference in my family. It's kind of like if you have the cure for something and people are sick, you're like, oh, I have it for you. Here, just try this, right? There's something within me that I have to share what I know because it's so amazing and it can trump so many things that our world and our society tell us. I'm just saying, okay? So let me start with some of the oils here. So I'm going to go over 4 of my favorites. So I have lemon, lavender, and peppermint and thieves that I'm going to go over. So I'm going to start with lemon. Okay, lemon oil is really cool. These, I'm going to show you 2 of the different bottles, kind of like what Sherry had gone over, that we have the Vitality and we have the regular. So this is the little Vitality, but when I buy, when I restock my lemon every month, I always go with this big bottle, okay? Check it out, little fact, 75 lemons go into one of these 15 ml bottles, okay? And Michelle had mentioned, okay, maybe Sherry mentioned it, that, I forget, sorry, that the lemon is actually cold pressed from the rind. So if you have anybody say like, oh, I can't handle the acidity of lemon or anything like that, fret not, because there's no acid in here. So you just have this sweet limonene that comes from the peel of the lemon, and it's cold pressed out of here, and it's amazing stuff, you guys. So I use lemon in so many different ways. So this one is a great one to diffuse. I have it back here in my diffuser tonight with rosemary and lemon. I love the smell of rosemary, and rosemary is really good for our adrenals. It's really good for clearing things out. It's really good to keep the air clear from any things that make you not feel well. Okay, that's one I always use with my kids when I teach, and it's really good for your memory. It helps to set things in your memory. So I always diffuse rosemary, and it's super duper affordable. I love it. I love it. Okay, another thing I use lemon for is I use it in my water as a detoxer because it's amazing at clearing things out. Okay, so here's a really cool use for it. So have you ever taken this sticky, like the sticker off something, and then you have like that stickiness, right? This could stick to my hand right now. Well, you can actually take lemon oil and put it on whatever you're trying to remove, like the sticker. Make sure it's not plastic that you're doing this to, because it'll actually eat away at the plastic, right? But this is a glass bottle, so I'm just using glass, or excuse me, I can use the lemon on here. So I just roll it around like this, and then I just take something and I wipe it right off, and it'll come right off, and it's fantastic. My body just got an awesome dose of antioxidant, and my bottle got clean. How's that? Isn't that sweet? Clean bottle. Healthy me, haha, right? I love lemon oil. So lemon oil is awesome, awesome, awesome. So internally, I told you guys you can take it in your water. You can clear things, take sticky residue off. Another one of my favorite uses is from the dollar store. I'll grab one of those like Parmesan cheese shakers, and I take 1.5 cups of baking soda, and I put about 15 drops of lemon, and I mix it up in there, and it's right next to my kitchen sink. And so I use that to scrub, like as a, like, you know, abrasive for my toilets. I use it as a sink cleaner, so I don't use like Comet or anything like that. I use that, and it's fantastic at taking grease off of pans, you guys. If you get any burnt stuff in a pan, this stuff is the bomb. Okay, it's amazing, amazing, amazing. So that is lemon. So many ways to use that. All right, my next oil I'm going to tell you guys about is lavender. Again, lavender comes in the Vitality 2, so it has the white label. And lavender is fantastic. It's known as the Swiss Army knife of oils because it has so many uses. There's hundreds of oils for it. It's really calming. When I first got this oil, I was afraid to use it because I couldn't sleep, yet I couldn't stay awake, if that makes any sense. And I was afraid to use lavender because I thought it would put me to sleep and during the day, so I'd only use it at night. But then I did a little research, and lavender is actually a calming oil. And so it helps you to actually focus. So when you get up in the morning and you see the sunshine, God made it that when you see that sun, you have a burst of cortisol, and it goes through your system, and it's like, okay, get you up. But nowadays, with so many things going on and so we're so busy, we kind of have like a rush of cortisol. There's too much going on there. So that's when lavender helps a lot. You can actually put it on. I like using the Stress Away that Michelle was talking about. You can put that on because it has lavender in there. You can put it on, and it helps you to like calm down and focus and say, okay, I have to go on with my whatever chores or duties that you're doing that day. And then at night, it's really cool. So again, God made us that when that sun drops down and the light is gone, that our body starts to make melatonin and serotonin. And so those are our sleep hormones that we're going to have go through our bodies. And lavender will actually help you to focus, because if you're like me, I'm like, oh, ADHD girl, right? Just going a mile a minute. And it helps me to calm down and go, okay, it's time to go to sleep. Turn it off, right? So lavender goes in my sleep roller every single night. It's fantastic. Okay, skin support, amazing on your skin. Okay, if you have a bug bite, if you have anything, this is one of the most gentle oils that you can just put it right on your skin, and there's no issue, no problem at all. So Sherry was talking about using a carrier oil. So a lot of times you can put oils on your skin neat like this. Oh, it smells so good. But you'll want to put a carrier oil because it's like a bigger molecule, and that molecule will actually hold it into your skin longer. Otherwise, a lot of it, they're small molecules and they'll just evaporate off your skin. So always use a carrier oil to set it into your skin. Okay. Okay, so I talked about calming, skin support. Okay, peppermint also comes in the big bottle, or excuse me, the green label or the white label. Can you guys hear me? My internet said I was unstable. Okay. So these two come in the Vitality as well as the regular. So peppermint is fantastic for to keep you awake and alert. I love using peppermint in my diffuser. It totally wakes you up. This is great for your any like tummy upset or anything like that. Taking a drop of this. I love putting a drop under my tongue. Sherry was talking about DiGize and making a a capsule with it. My family members do not like to take DiGize either under their tongue like I do. And so I put 1 drop of DiGize and 1 drop of peppermint in, and then I put a little carrier oil, and they're happy, happy campers, and they take it internally. This one is great for, you can put it in tea, you can put it in water, anything to wake you up and pep you up. This is a great one for when I go running. If I have a long workout or anything like that, I like to have a little bottle and I'll stick it in the side of my bra. And then if I can pop a drop in my mouth halfway through, it's like rocket power. I'm telling you, it opens up your airways and you feel fantastic and you can run more. So it works out really, really well. Okay, so 3 of those together, you guys, if we talk about, so I just went over lemon, lavender, and peppermint. I'm going to grab them here. The 3 of these together, there's so many uses for all of these. I wish I could go over every one of them. But one of the great ways to use these, we use them for seasonal support. So right now at the beach, I'm working down at the beach, and it's been really windy lately. And the wind causes me to have a stuffy nose, right? And my nose kind of drips and everything, because that's why I keep touching my nose. Sorry, guys. It's just there's so much dust down at the beaches here. So I like to make a capsule. I buy these capsules on, Sherry had, you can buy them from the Young Living website, or I just buy them from Amazon. I just buy a big old bag of them. And I can make a capsule of these, and I put 2 to 3 drops of each of these oils in here, and then I take 2 of these when I'm really drippy, if my nose is really drippy, or I can take 1. All my family takes these rather than taking any like Claritin or any seasonal medicine anymore. So it's really, really nice. I love those. All right. Okay, so those are 3. So that's our LLP, and everybody loves that. That one's a great one to put in a roller bottle as well, and you can put it along your jawline and at the base of your skull right behind your ears. And you can also rub it into your hand and make a mini diffuser out of that. And it's amazing for opening up your airways. Okay, if you're ever plagued by seasonal stuff. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about and tell you about is Thieves. Okay, Thieves is also a white coat. Okay, so we have both of those. So this one tells us that you can take this internally. Thieves is our wellness oil. This is our immunity boosting oil. The name Thieves comes from back in the 1500s. We had the Black Plague, and there was a band of young kids that were going around and they were robbing people. And if you guys know any of the history from the Black Plague, like once you got anybody in your family had the Black Plague, they would actually nail your door shut. Even though you didn't have it, your family did, they would nail the door shut, assuming that you were going to get it. And they were like, goodbye, see you later. Well, there was a band of kids that were going, well, I don't know why I got muted, but I did. I don't know where I left off. I'm talking about the band. Did you guys hear me talk about the band of young kids robbing
Yes,
things?
you just
Okay.
got muted when you were talking about they would have to lock the doors.
Oh, okay. All right. So they would nail the doors shut on the kids, or excuse me, on the people who were sick, right? And these kids were going around and they were robbing the homes. And while they were obviously not doing the right thing, when they were caught, it was said that they had a lessened punishment if they would actually disclose what kept them alive while everybody else was getting sick and dying. And they came up with they came forward and they said it was the oils, or excuse me, they were using some herbs and some oils. So they were using the oils that we have in Thieves. Excuse me, Gary Young modeled that and named this after that band of thieves. So in here we have clove, we have lemon, we have cinnamon bark, we have eucalyptus, and we have rosemary. These are all amazing for wellness, you guys, everything wellness. So I had showed you guys the little bottle with the spray top on this, and this has thieves oil and some water in it. That's all I have it in, and I use it to spray on the back of my throat wherever I'm at. If I'm not feeling well, or if I'm around people who are coughing or anything, I always spray this. So I have this as a teacher all the time in my apron, because I am in front of and with kids all the time, and kids sneeze, cough, and who knows what else, right? They do everything, germy. So I'm always protecting myself with that. I also do it with a roller at night. So how Sherry was saying, this goes on me every day. This goes on me every single night when I go to bed. And I put thieves in this, and along with the thieves, I actually put a little bit of lavender in here. And I like to roll this on my kids, on their spines. I have a 17-year-old and I still do it. I roll it on their spines to keep them well, and it kind of like helps them to relax and go to sleep at night with the lavender. So this is a must have every single day. And that's to keep us above the wellness line. If I were to fall below the wellness line, I would up the use of this big time. So if I'm really not feeling well, I'm going to set an alarm on my phone, and I'm going to use this every single hour. Okay, on whatever hurts. Say it's my throat, then I'm going to be like this, and I always hit right by my ears because we have lymph nodes in here, and those need help all the time. If you don't like the smell of any of this, again, Sherry had gone over, put it on your feet. It's a great way you could do this with kids, putting it on their feet. This is our lifesaver in a big way. We use that all the time, every day. And then I also just put this one under my tongue. And when we put things under our tongue, it goes into our blood immediately. So it's fantastic. And then you hold it there. I try to like sit down or something, and I hold it there for about 30 seconds, and then you can swallow. But this stuff is a game changer for the wellness. Michelle was talking about the Ningxia Red. I have my Ningxia, and I drink it every day, and we do our thieves every day. We stay well. It's amazing. Along with the thieves oil, we also have the hand sanitizer that comes with the kit that Sherry was showing, and we also have the thieves spray. Right, this stuff is amazing. This is so cool. So especially with so many things going on with hand sanitizers right now, with people using methanol, which is not a good thing to have on our skin. And there's a lot of other things that have been in the news lately about hand sanitizers. Our hand sanitizer is kills 99.9% of bacteria. We've been okayed by the FDA to be able to make that claim, which is huge because it's natural. If you guys know about alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, back in the 20s when they had prohibition, all that was going on, they used to have alcohol and companies would be bottling it. Well, the employees would be drinking it and getting hammered, right? And they had to stop people from doing that. And so they decided to spike it with something bad, like to make you sick. And so they started spiking it with like gasoline and stuff like that, like something really didn't really mess you up, right? Well, instead of doing that with ours, because we do have some alcohol in here, we actually make the isopropyl alcohol with peppermint. They use the peppermint to denature it. It's called denatured. So it's really cool. This stuff, you guys, you know, with the other stuff you need a squish. This one you need like a pea size amount, And I always have to teach my kids, like, we don't touch the back of our hands, okay? So I always teach them, put it on the front of your hands and get your fingertips really, really well. And that's what's going to be important, and it helps to kill things. So it's fantastic. Always have that in my purse. And then we also have the Thieves Spray. So this is the Thieves Oil with some isopropyl alcohol in here, okay? And this is great if you don't have the hand sanitizer, or say, like, okay, I have teenagers, okay? And there's always teenagers coming in my car, okay? COVID or no COVID, I got teenagers around me all the time. And some of them will get in my car and cough. I spray them, okay? I just spray the whole area, and it totally, you know, I know it's clean that way. And it's fantastic. It's also great for cleaning doorknobs or anything like that that you just can't, you don't have something wipe it down. You can always spray it with your Thieves. It's fantastical. Okay, let me make sure I covered all the little products I was going to cover, and I think I did. So I wanted to talk to you guys about how to get your kit. You guys, everybody actually here has a kit. So I see everybody that is here. You guys, if you guys aren't on, so I'm going to skip how to get a kit, because, well, you want to go back to the person who referred you to get a kit if you're watching this video. And the kit is the best way to get into oils, okay? Into Young Living, you could totally buy all these products that we just went over separately, and it's over $400, okay? But they offer a premium starter kit starting at $165, and it includes all the 12 oils, plus the hand sanitizer and the spray, plus the Ningxia Red that Michelle went over, and a diffuser to boot, okay? Our diffusers are the bomb. They're made by Young Living, who makes the oils. They make the diffusers, okay? You would never go to your dentist to buy tires for your car, okay? Because it's not his thing, right? But you go to Young Living to buy a diffuser, and they back it. So on our diffusers, there's a year-long warranty. So if ever there's a problem, all you have to do is call them up and say, I'm having this problem, and they will replace it, no problem, okay? So we have excellent customer service, and reach out to whoever you're under or who referred you, and they'll help you out in any way, okay? Next, I want to talk to you guys. If you are signing up to get a kit right now, you can make your kit your first ER order. And what is ER? ER is called Essential Rewards, and it's a wellness box that is sent to your house, and it shows up at your house. And it's fantastic. It's a great way to transfer to get new things into your house, to get the toxins out and the good stuff in. They have a Thieves cleaner that you guys can buy that's in a bigger bottle, and it's so affordable. It's $22, and it makes 29 16-ounce bottles. It's killer, and it works on everything. I used to have a sink full underneath my sink of cleaners for the refrigerator and counters and floors and toilets and you name it, and I only have Thieves now. So it's fantastic. I highly recommend you get it. But get on the ER because it's affordable to be able to change the toxins out and bring the good stuff in, okay? And then you earn so many points back, and it's amazing. Hook up with the person who sent you to this class, and they can go over ER more with you. But I highly suggest it. It's free to join, and it's free to quit. And so you're not, it's a win-win. You have nothing to lose, okay? All right, you guys are all set. I thank you so much for coming tonight. Lauren, it was fantastic to see you and meet you.